What's good, y'all? This is an emergency unboxing. Like, my mind is blown right now. I just had to get this off. I had to let y'all know. Really, I'm trying to find the person that sent me some of these. I know who one of them is. The other one, his name is Alvin Fields, Gray Skull Hobbies. That's what it says on the thing. I can't find them in IG. I don't know who they are, but I do remember buying these books from them. But I gotta thank this person. Okay, I gotta talk to this person and find who they are and thank them for the phenomenal packaging job. First of all, let me show y'all. This is an emergency unboxing. Okay, meaning I'm not unboxing this in front of you guys because I had to tear through it so fast, bro. When I saw this shit sitting outside in the rain, you understand? The asshole mailman left it on my stoop in the pouring monsoon. I tore that open, tore this open because you can see it's completely destroyed, soaked through. That's when my heart dropped. And inside of that was this, sealed tight, and the books are unscathed. I'm talking about untouched, completely bone dry. So again, I gotta thank this person, Alvin Fields, Gray Skull Hobbies. Way to package, brother. Way to package. And of course, I had to flip through them before I could do the unboxing, just because, you know, obviously I had to see what I was working with, what happened. But so with no further ado, let's check them out. And it's a nice it's a little Daredevil run. It was like a Daredevil. It was like all Daredevil stuff. And you know, I'm not a super duper Daredevil fan, but I am a Daredevil fan. I do like Daredevil. I do like a lot of the I love the Chip Zdarsky run. I love the Frank Miller stuff. And so here's what we got. Now, I think this is from him. I think this was a freebie that he tossed in. I'm not sure. This could be from my man. This actually might be from my man Chronic, because this is a Scotty Young, and he knows that I rock with Scotty Young. So that might be from Chronic Schizo. We're gonna get to his package in a second. I'm sorry, bro, if that was you, but if that was you, Alvin, thank you. But so we got this Marvel Knights, you know, Daredevil 27, cool cover. It was just a good deal for like this whole stack of Daredevils. And there's like a Daredevil number 305, Spidey on the cover, Daredevil 296, boy getting crushed by the hand. 297, so like a little run there. 277, this is Daredevil Man Without Fear. Cool little setup, man. And 276, so like a couple like sequential joints. I don't know, man, that kind of looks like Ultron on his stick there, but I don't think so. Acts of Vengeance, Hollow Victory, cool. And this is Daredevil Marvel Edge, March number 350, double sized, 350th issue. Daredevil, Sometimes the Past Can Kill. It says double sized, but honestly it doesn't feel very thick. It just seems like a regular comic, but that's the last one. So big shout out, man, to Alvin Fields, Gray Skull Hobbies. Good looking out. Second package, okay, that came. Well, they both came at the same time. This is from a man. Sorry, I'm gonna show his address. This is from my dude, Chronic Schizo, and on Instagram, shout out to the Madmen of Comics, Dad and Daughter Comics, Clayface 90, Chronic Schizo, and myself. We definitely get down on them with the auctions and stuff on weekends. We got one coming up this Sunday, so if y'all want to buy some dope books for the Lolo, I'm talking about highly discounted, not cheap, crappy books, mind you, okay? Dope books for the low. This Sunday, I think we're gonna start at 6 p.m. on Instagram, and you'll probably find them on my channel, 6 Element of Hip Hop on Instagram, and we'll be selling joints there. But look at this. I mean, just look at this. Is just, I knew it was garbage. I knew my joints were trash, and I couldn't remember Gray Skull that stack, and I wasn't like super excited about getting the Daredevil stack. It was just something I bought, like, you know, because it was a nice little set for the cheap, and I like Daredevil, so I was like, yeah, cool, I'll pick that up. But this package had some gems in it. It's had some joints that I was highly anticipating. I mean, look at that. It's just so, yeah, man. When I saw, and it was this one sitting face up in the stack, and I saw it sitting there, and I'm talking about, when I tell you it's raining, bro, it's like it's supposedly a hurricane. Like, it's coming down so hard you can't see across the street. That's how bad it is, and the mailman just left it on my stoop. We're gonna have a talk tomorrow, brother. when the mailman comes up, I will be waiting on you, and we're gonna have it out. We're gonna talk about that. I can't have that, bro. You know I get them boxes pretty much on the regular. You know what they are, and if you don't, you will tomorrow. And please don't ever leave them in the rain. To all the mailmen out there, if you see a flat box, you know what I mean, you can tell maybe it looks like a magazine or a comic book size. If it says do not crush, do not bend, fragile, anything, please don't leave it in the rain. Like, in the rain, it's cardboard. Anyways, I digress. Let me get to this beautiful stack of gems right here, man, from my man Chronic Schizo. And I think, again, this is a freebie from Chron. This is a nice Scotty Young. I think it says Big Girl 6, which I'm not familiar with Big Girl 6, but it is an Image joint, and it is a Scotty Young, so I'm sure it's dope. Right off top, this is a book that I love. I mean, I just love the book, the comic. I actually read the graphic novel. Ain't gonna lie, I didn't read the floppies. I read the graphic novel, but that's still, you know, I was a reader for a long time. I'm a recent collector. I was a comic reader for a while, you know, and all I did was bought stuff to read. You know, I just loved it, and so I would buy like the graphic novels and the, you know, trade paperbacks and whatnot. Started collecting the floppies, you know, and started collecting keys and variant covers and all that good stuff. But this book right here, it's called THANOS Rising. It's what made me love Thanos as a character. Before this book, I didn't know much about the Mad Titan. I just thought, oh, he's the big bad, you know, and you know, he was cool looking and cool, but I didn't really get the depth of like who he was and all of that. And this book, THANOS Rising, is the coolest book that tells the story of him from a baby, from an infant, to how, you know, growing up to becoming the Mad Titan, and all he goes through, why he is the way he is, you know, his obsession with Mistress Death, who he's in love with. I guess he's fighting Deadpool for that, right? But you know, it kind of breaks it all down, and it's just, man, it's just a great book. It's just very well written, and this definitely goes in my Scotty Young collection, one of the coolest Scotty Youngs of one of my favorite books. So I was mad excited to get this joint right there. And then we got the old Guardians of the Galaxy Alien cover, Guardians of the Galaxy 10 with the you know, versus Alien joint that's been coming out. All the covers with the aliens, so that's cool. You got Rocket and Groot down there just looking at the Queen. Sick. This was just a little, you know, I collect, obviously y'all know I collect X-Men, you know, anything mutant, Wolverine. I had not ever seen this. Definitely never saw Wolverine drawn like that. That's just a cool iteration. I like seeing stuff like that. And it's Hellfire in Hong Kong. So this is definitely, like, you could see it's like kind of anime style, maybe manga style art. Can't go wrong with X-Men, Wolverine, and Storm. This is part of a run that is actually going to my man Spadenomics Comics. If you're watching, brother, and I'm sure you are, because you always a good supporter. This is one of the, man, I'm gonna give you this run, bro. It's called City at War. At the end, this is number 100. I think you have, he's got a few of the issues, and I've got the rest of them. And my man blessed me with the, right there, the Nas Illmatic Miles Morales, which is a key. It's like a grail. If you collect the hip hop covers, that's the cover, right? So my man blessed me with that, and I made him a Godfather deal. Gonna trade him a lot of stuff, and this is this is part of it. So I just got this, actually bought this, bro, to complete that set for you. So this is coming, and those beautiful slabbed Vampirillas, only 500 made of each. You getting both of them, man. You getting I think you might have got me, man. You got me on that, but I'm happy, bro. I'm happy. Thank you. This is dope. Venomized Kingpin. Kingpin is just a cool character, man, and you got Bullseye right there on the front. Everybody's looking like, what the hell? And you got Kingpin just looking gruesome, just looking bad as hell. Dope cover, man. Definitely like that. This one I grabbed because this is just a great story. If you guys, you've heard me talk about Ed Brubaker. Ed Brubaker is the man. Killer Be Killed is one of the coolest joints that he does, and it's a true crime joint. I haven't read this in a while. And again, I read the Don't Kill Me. I read the digital joint, which, like I said, I was a reader for a long time. I'm recently a collector, so yeah, I read the hell out of digital, man. I read graphic novels, digitals, whatever it took, just to read the joints, you know. So I don't fake the funk, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these dudes out here just collecting them because, you know, since the pandemic it became a fad and all of that. I was collecting way before the pandemic, way before it became like a popular thing for everybody to do. Not very long though. I'm talking like 2019, like no, way before the pandemic, but before anyone thought of the pandemic, before there was this big surge of like comic flippers and, you know, people out there just to buy joints to flip them and you know, try to maximize profits and all of that, man. I truly love the medium. I love the art. I love the stories, you know, the writing, the character. I mean, everything about it. Love it. And so, yeah, I was a reader and I read that. Spider-Man #1, The Death of Captain Stacy. With, in my opinion, this is an homage. It's not my opinion. This is definitely an homage to Batman holding Robin after Joker beat him to death with a crowbar from Death in the Family. And this is Spider-Man Death of Captain Stacy. I love homage covers when they're homaging books that I love. I think that's the dopest. So that's the stack, man. But I think, you know, definitely the point of this unboxing was to definitely talk about this nightmare. If you've ever been through this, if you ever ordered some books and found them on your stoop in the rain, you know what I went through when I saw that, and the euphoria that I felt when I busted them open and saw that the comics were untouched by the water. So big shout out, man, to Alvin Fields, Grayskull Hobbies. Thank you for doing a good job, sir. And shout out to my man Chronic Schizo. Of course, thank you for doing a phenomenal job rapping. And this is a cautionary tale, all right? You sell comics, package them properly. There's a reason. It's not because collectors are snobs and you got to use a Gemini mailer. It's not, bro. It's for a reason. It's to keep the book safe. When you sell something to somebody and they get it, don't you want them to get what they bought, get what they thought they were gonna get? I know I would, because for number one, I don't want to have to refund nobody. Which, if you send me joints and they're torn up, trust me, you give me my money back. Especially if it's due to your, you know, flawed packaging or your laziness. I mean, I've seen people just toss them in a bag with no board. I've seen them send them with no bag and no board, which is insane. I've seen them mailed in like a grocery bag and no backing. Like, I've seen some wild stuff. And like, I've seen dudes, and I don't want to harp on Canadians because I get a lot of dope stuff from Canadians, but it seems like a weird recurrence that some sellers from Canada, they don't bag and board their stuff. They put it in like a manila envelope, like they're sending, like, you know, when you get like a magazine in the mail from like a magazine company and it's just loose in a soft package. It's like, whoa, like, these aren't magazines, bro. These are not magazines. All right, they're not comic strips from a newspaper. Like, these are works of art. They're investments. They're fragile. You know what I mean? So if you're mailing this to somebody, please Google how to package comics. Another pet peeve I'm going to touch on since we're here. A bag and board, bro, is like 14 cents. Okay? Don't send me your oldest, most raggedy, rusty, cloudy bag that you got, oversized, like a golden age bag on like a modern comic. Because one, you're damaging the comic. All right? Out-of-date bags, overused bags that have been being used too long, bags that are starting to wrinkle, bags that are fading, they're no longer protecting the comic. In fact, they can damage the comic. That's one. Two, when you use an oversized bag, there's a reason that there's different sizes of bags, people. There's a reason for this. It's not, I mean, I don't know what y'all don't understand. A large box bag and board is for a large comic. If you put a small comic in a large bag and board, what do you get? You get a comic jostling around in a large bag. That means it's damaging. It's getting banged up. You know what I mean? Like, this is not protected. You might as well not send a bag and board. Third, it's not costing you anything. All right, what is it costing you to? I get a pack of, look, $6. You get a bag of 100 bags. You could mail out 100 bags to people for $6. You know what I'm saying? Each bag alone, if you divide that, you know what I'm saying? It's something like divided by 100 is something like 14 cents. So you're telling me I can spend hundreds of dollars with you on a comic and you can't spend 14 cents to bag it properly or bag it in a nice new bag? Presentation, people. It's not even just about the condition or the protection of the comic. It's about presentation. When you send somebody something, they're gonna remember how you sent it. They're gonna remember how the comics came. They're gonna remember all of that. I've got to take most of my comics that I get from people and rebag and board them. And I know that's what most people do. But why? When I go to my LCS and I buy comics, no matter how many I buy, they give me a brand new bag and board for every comic. Even if it's bagged on the shelf, I take it down, I give it to them, they take that, I put it in a brand new bag and board for free, no matter how many I get. Because it only makes sense. Why would I have to buy my own bag and board if I'm buying the comics from you? Yes, they should come with the comic. Yes, I say that because it's 14 cents. It's not breaking your bank. It's not hurting you. You're making a good impression on your customer. When the comic comes, it looks so much more impressive. All right. I wish I could show you. You get a comic in a fuzzy, foggy bag. It looks like, oh, this is like, it's not even impressive. But you get it in a nice, clear, shiny, brand new bag. This thing looks like a gem. Like, I've had dope books in ratty stuff and I'm like, man, I don't even care about that. I end up putting it in a new bag and I'm like, whoa, this is a dope book. It's all about presentation. It's also about protecting the comic and doing what you're supposed to do as a comic collector and seller. But you're sending people stuff, send them what they paid for, make sure it arrives in the condition that they saw it in when they paid for it. And please don't cover it with plastic packaging tape. Use painter's tape. All right, blue painter's tape, masking tape, any kind of cloth tape that's not super adhesive. When you use that clear plastic stuff, you're gonna bend the book, make a spine tick, crack the spine, bend it, trying to get the tape off. And then, God forbid, look, I don't even like this. I don't even like when you tape the back. Like, don't even put a piece of tape on the. I don't tape not one. You see all them boxes? Not one comic in there has a piece of tape on it. Not one. Because I take the bag and that little flap that's on top, you stuff that inside and you get a perfect seal, and you don't have to worry about, when I take this comic out, is it gonna catch that little tab of tape on the cover and stick and tear as I pull it out? Like, yeah, that's a real thing. But please don't tape my stuff. When you send something to Reno Noir, use masking tape, use painter's tape, wrap it in plastic, make sure it's not gonna get destroyed. Put a new bag and board on it. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude, take some pride in your stuff. All right, I digress. Thank y'all for watching this emergency unboxing, and big shout out again to Chronic Schizo from Madmen of Comics on Instagram. Big shout out to Mr. Alvin Fields, Gray Skull Hobbies, whoever you are. Please contact me if you see this. I gotta thank you in person. And Chronic, I'll talk to you later. Again, and of course, shout out to my family, Comic Crusaders. We the crew. Shout out to my family, my tribe, Fullblast Radio, DJ Tiger, salute Al Mega, all my homeboys, salute Comic Dudes, Cooks 24, Spadenomics Comics, OG Lee, OG Green Lantern, my homeboy, Madmen of Comics, of course, Dad and Daughter Comics, Clayface 90, Chronic Schizo, and myself. So listen, man, take pride in your work, send them packaged properly, and put a new bagging board on there. Oh, like, sub, share. Please leave a comment on this video. Just leave a comment. Just go down in the comments and just type peace, or just type anything you want. Just type something. Just leave a comment, man. It's free and it helps your boy. Helps your boy bring you more content. Salute.